You're welcome to the Messiah channel. We are an end time channel and we alert you about the coming events. This is a quick video, a quick message, and the message is titled Buckle Up. Because we are an end time ministry, we alert you about things that are happening and their implication for what the scriptures are saying. We are living in the last days. We are waiting for the arrival of the Messiah. And this video is dedicated to a warning about what they are planning. I was reading an article published by the Now the End Begins. It is an organization dedicated to analysis of end time events. And it's a very important piece. Now the end begins, and they are reporting what is happening in the United Nations. The UN is preparing for emergency powers to be granted to her to be able to govern the globe. Emergency powers that will allow the United Nations to control the world, if you will, for the purpose of dealing with future pandemic, or I don't know whether I would call it pandemic or pandemic. They are going to meet in September of 2024, and it's far away, but it's not far away. Next year, 2024, September. And the timing of their meeting is very important. It will be 2 months before the United States presidential elections, and they will have a meeting to discuss what they call a pact for the future. A pact for the future, PACT. When we say a pact, legally it means it is an agreement for the future. Who knows what will be in the agreement, but the agreement is in relation to the powers that the United Nations should be given in order to be able to control future pandemics that happen in 2020. And so you see that we are inching or moving closer and closer to a world government. And should it concern you? Yes, it should concern you, because this kind of global government will be needed by the Antichrist, because the Antichrist will control the world, all nations, all tongues, all kindred. And the United Nations is a Luciferian organization that is there to promote and support the agenda of 2030, the agenda of the New World Order. And so when they say they are meeting in September 2024 to discuss the path for the future, and if the path is related to global governance in relation to how to control future pandemics, you should be worried. The other thing that you should be worried about is the plans to have human implantable chips in your body. Having implantable chips in your body. I don't know whether it will be on your right hand or it will be on your forehead. The Now the End Begins is reporting that there is an economist, Richard Werner. He's an economist from Germany, and he is intimating that they are planning that in not too distant future, they will recommend human implantable microchips. And this is in relation to the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency System. There are so many ways of regulating or um, promoting buying and selling. Let me be short. Technologies are coming, and new technologies will come in the future, and those technologies are little by little conscientizing people to accept the MOB, the mark of the beast. And so there is the central bank digital currency system. When we say central bank digital currency system, we're talking about a system of payment that is controlled by central banks, Bank of Germany, and in the United States we call it the Federal Reserve. And it will require somebody to open account with a central bank. The central bank digital currency system will require that you open an account with a central bank. In the case of the United States, it is the Federal Reserve Bank. And nowadays, you could use apps on your phone to transact business. But a time will come where you will have to do something different. And you will have to you will be required to have implantable microchip for you to transact business. It will not be enough for you to use apps on your phone to do transaction of business. You may be required, or you will be required. It's not maybe. You will be required to have implantable microchip in your body. And according to the economist Richard Werner, this will be the case when the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency System, comes into full operation. It appears that something may happen. They may trigger something in the international system that will require that the central banks do something and to control it, and that will require that, hey, we cannot do it. We cannot transact business unless everybody gets implantable microchip. And according to this article by Now the End Begin, the technology for implantable chips was ready as early as 2015, but the powers that be have delayed it, and the experience of the COVID and the vaccine passports has given them a lot of options, a lot of insights as far as how to implement the implantable microchips that will come with the central bank digital system. Something could be triggered internationally. Uh, they'll call it a pandemic, but some people will call it pandemic, and that will lay the basis for the requirement of the implantable microchip. And without that, you cannot buy, you cannot sell. And so that's why I'm saying buckle up. Buckle up because if you go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, regarding the Antichrist, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their forehead. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you cannot buy, you cannot sell unless you have the number. And so technologies are ready to be able to make it possible for you to buy or sell using implantable microchips. And that is the technology that will come when the CBDC system is fully implemented. You are aware that President Biden said the United States is ready to support the central bank digital system. And once the United States has accepted, no doubt other countries will follow the same. And it means that governments will be able to control your finances, what to buy and what to sell, and have control information about you. And so it will be easier that a government can say you cannot buy, you cannot sell unless you have the implantable microchip. Is as small as a piece of grain, rice. So it's very small microchip, and it will be inserted. It is human implantable chips, and the reason why I'm taking this information serious is that it came from Now the End Begins, and they have been accurate in their predictions. They predicted an environmental emergency, it came to pass. They predicted vaccine passports, it came to pass. And all the things that they have said about the global economy have come to pass. And so the powers that be don't like them. They've listed them as one of the hate groups because they have very heavy information. I believe they have people inside and they give them information. They give the information about what they are going to do before they do it. That's why a German economist, Richard Werner, is linking to the new and then Now the End Begins, what they are planning to do, central bank digital system. As I said, it will require you opening an account of the banks, the central bank, that will control what you sell and what to buy, and you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have that chip, and that is an implantable microchip technology that was ready as far back as 2015, but they have intentionally delayed it because they want to see. And luckily, 2020 gave them a test case, a test run for how they will implement it. And so, as we are moving closer and closer to Revelation 13, the beast system, as we are moving closer and closer to a well of digital IDs, as we are moving closer and closer to Agenda 2030, you are warned that we are very close to the implementation of Revelation 13 system. And if that is the case, when the man of sin comes in, you remember, as per Daniel 9:27, you have only 1 week left, a week of 7 days. If you are able to decipher the prophecy in Daniel 9:27, the Antichrist will be given a week to do his work, and the week is 7 years. And so, if in 2024 the UN is talking about a pact means an agreement, a covenant for the future, you need to be worried. It's the same United Nations that is talking about what they call a 7-year plan for peace and safety beginning in 2023. 7-year plan, and the target year is 2030. I don't know what they are hiding for 2030, but whatever they are hiding for 2020 is sinister. It is not transparent. It's very mischievous. It's secretive and sinful, and it should alert you that we are very close. If you have not accepted Yeshua, remember John 3:16. For those who believe him, who accept him, you get salvation. The only thing you have to do is to repent of your sin and hope that when He comes, you'll be accounted worthy to stand in His presence. This is Messiah Revelation Ministry. I'm leaving the links to the video in the description box, and share the links. My email address, raptureafrica@yahoo.com. Small letters. I thank all of you for your support and sharing this video so that the message will go to all the four corners of the earth. Buckle up. We are living in the last days. We are living at the time when Yeshua, the Messiah, is coming. He's coming to judge the world. Be prepared and don't let anybody take you by surprise. Thank you for watching this video.